So hello, in this video we are going to see the poem I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. So in the last video we have studied about the story prose the little match girl, and we have shown how a little girl suffers. We have seen the story of the little match girl, and in this poem I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. It is written by Maya Angelou. The author of this poem is Maya Angelou, and it is a true based story. This poem indicates the true based story. First, let me introduce you about this poem, as this poem has two parts: free birds and caged birds. So, from the heading itself, you can identify that it is given that I know why the cage bird sings. So I know means it refers to the Maya Angelou, the author. The author knows the pain, and the author knows why the cage bird sings. So from the name of the poem itself, you must know what is being tried to, what the author is being trying to teach to the student, or to make the students or the people who read this poem aware of it. So she is saying that the caged bird. What do you mean by the caged bird? The bird which is in a cage, पिंजड़ा में. व्हाट यू से इन द हिंदी, पिंजड़ा में जो पक्षी है उसको बोलते हैं हम लोग केज्ड बर्ड. सो माया एंजेलो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रही है कि आई नो वाई द केज्ड बर्ड सिंग्स. So let us see what is this actually poem. So Maya Angelou, when she wrote this poem, it is a real life story based poem, as she has suffered. So during the age of 17 itself, she has wrote this poem. I know why the cage bird sings. So the bird in the cage. First of all, before entering into the poem, you must be aware of what does the word particularly means. So here, free bird. When you will go inside, you will know about free bird, and other side you will know caged bird. So what is free bird? Free bird in the poem represents the white Americans, gore loco. You know about the racial discrimination, you have studied in history itself. And the caged bird represents African American. African American means the Americans, the Africans which have who has gone in America and has been settled there. So usually you know what is the color of African people. It is black color. कौन से कलर के? काले कलर के होते हैं. Okay, so the skin color and their body whole will be different as compared to the white Americans. So African people will be of which color? Black color. So let us think that the caged bird represents the black people, and the white bird represents the free bird represents the white people. So this story is based on the fact that white Americans or the white peoples are getting freedom, have their own freedom to go anywhere, to do anything, but while the black people or the caged bird is limited. मीन्स ये पोएम में आखिर क्या है इम्पोर्टेंस ना, कि वन साइड दिस पोएम विल टॉक अबाउट बर्ड, but the other side this poem will have a very big meaning and a deep meaning on the real life story which was in America country, which the Maya Angelou has suffered, as also she was black in color. So only she wrote the topic I know why the cage bird sings. She know about cage bird, she know what is the trouble suffered by black African peoples in America. Okay, so let us begin this. The bird in the cage is a symbol of all African American, you can see here itself, and their fight for freedom. It symbolizes the struggle of being a black author whose words are not heard and not whose longs for freedom. Think of the lines, grave of dreams, nightmare scream, and compare the liberty of free bird with that of the saved cage. So let us begin in the poem, we will know clearly about it. So let us begin. A free bird leaps. What is the meaning of leaps? Jumps. मतलब उछलता कूदता, उछलता कूदता है क्या? Free birds. Free bird means what? स्वतंत्र, freedom. From the word itself you can give free bird means it is freedom. It has the freedom. It is free to move anywhere. Let us go next line. On the back of the wind. मतलब कि क्या है, एक बर्ड, एक पक्षी है, फ्री बर्ड दैट लीप्स ऑन द बैक ऑफ द विंड. विंड इज ब्लोइंग एंड द बर्ड इज व्हाट, जब मीन्स what the bird is flying on the back of the wind and floats means क्या ऐसा रहता ना. Suppose that this is a bird, it will go like this, swinging up and down. It will come down, then it will go again up like this, means in the swinging way it will come up and down. That is represented here. Floats downstream, down, it will, from floating here it will come down like that. It will float till the current ends, through the wind current it will float, swinging, and dips its wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. मतलब dips its wing in the orange sun rays. When the sun rises, what will be the color? It will look, appears to be orange color. And also you must know here, orange color, for what this word orange is used. So orange color in this poem symbolizes the what, joy and happiness of the bird. So you must know, you must be aware of this. Orange color here refers to joy and happiness that the free bird has, and it dares to claim the sky. मतलब it also says that the sky is his own, as he has the freedom. The bird has the freedom. A free bird can move. Now it is from flying here, then it will fly there, here, there, it will go, keep on going. There is no one to restrict or prohibit or stop. There is no one to stop them. So free bird leaps on the back of the wind. It will continue flowing, and it also dares to claim the sky. Okay, next. But second, ये तो all right about the free bird. Next is but. You must know one question will arise here. What is the meaning of the word but? Why it is starting with the word but? It is starting with the word but because to make the reader or the person who reads this poem to make prepare for the contrast. To contrast means क्या ऐसे था ना कि फ्री बर्ड, हाँ सब फ्रीडम मिलता था फ्री बर्ड को, लेकिन बेचारा who caged bird, but poor condition of the caged bird is represented by the word but. लेकिन free bird को सब क्या मिला, freedom मिला, everything they wanted they get, but a bird, caged bird. So here the but means representing the, what we can say, poor condition of caged bird, the word. So this standard start with say but. A bird that stucks down his narrow cage. What is the meaning of narrow cage? एक पिंजड़ा है जो narrow है, as the narrow cage here indicates, what it indicates, the narrow cage मतलब the bird which is in a cage has to, or it can move limited. Narrow मतलब कि इतना, not more than that. If this is the cage, then it has to move up to the bar of this cage, around this. So it is known as narrow cage. Here narrow cage means limited. It symbolizes that they have limited freedom. They cannot do anything by their own. Can seldom, what they can do, can seldom see through his bars of rage. ये ना, ये पिंजड़ा, this will like this, लोहा का रहता है ना पिंजड़ा के अंदर. So this is represented here, bars of rage. Bars, the iron bars, it can go and see through there only. Nothing can be done by the caged bird. His wings are clipped. Wings are clipped मतलब this represents the slavery, enslavement, what they have occurred or suffered. And his feet are tied. Feet are tied मतलब his wings are clipped. It means it cannot fly. It has to be in a cage. And his feet are tied. Feet are tied मतलब कि पैर बंधा हुआ है. It cannot move. It has to be inside the cage. It cannot move. It can go up to the bars of the rage and see out. So what he can do? So he opens his throat to sing. So here this line, opens his throat to sing, not a song. not a Hindi, Bhojpuri or Tamil song. Here opens his throat to sing. This word sing refers for freedom. For what they sing a song? Freedom. They are making or they are standing to get the freedom. And this voice of the birds are heard at a distant hill. बहुत दूर दूर तक ये आवाज़ गया. मतलब ही क्या कंपेयरिंग है यहाँ पे हो रहा है कि अफ्रीकन अमेरिकन जो ब्लैक अमेरिकन थे वो अपने जो वाइट अमेरिकन्स को सब स्वतंत्रता फ्रीडम और जो भी बेनिफिट्स मिलता था उसके खिलाफ आवाज़ उठाते थे दैट दे शुड बी ऑल्सो इक्वल, दे शुड बी ट्रीटेड इक्वली. सो दैट इज हियर द केज बर्ड opens his throat to sing. Now the cage bird sing with a fearful trill. Fearful trill, what is this? You can know na. Fearful trill, it is one of the tone. You will see in the figure of speech it is a tone. Fearful trill, auditory imagery. The cage bird sings with fearful trill. What is the meaning of fearful trill? Dar hai na, dar, fearful. They are fear, they have a fear that whether they will get freedom or not. So the cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown. What is the meaning of here unknown? Unknown matlab when the freedom will come, how they will get the freedom, they don't know. They are just मतलब कि ब्लैक अमेरिकन्स जो थे वो अपने फ्रीडम के लिए अपने इक्वालिटी के लिए आवाज़ उठाते गए, लेकिन कैसे फ्रीडम मिलेगा, कब मिलेगा, हाउ दे विल गेट and when they will get, they don't know. So they are making just cage bird sings with a fearful trill of the things which are unknown. They don't know whether they will get freedom or not, or when they will get. Okay, but longed for still, मतलब कि जानते नहीं है कब फ्रीडम मिलेगा, but continue, they have the inner strength, they have the hope, आशा है, उम्मीद है that they will surely get freedom. And his tune is heard on the distant hill. So यहाँ पर distant hill मतलब बहुत दूर. So एक मीनिंग क्या है, distant hill, the tune जो cage bird अपना फ्रीडम के लिए सिंग कर रहा है वो दूर दूर तक हिल पहाड़ों तक मतलब आवाज़ जा रहा है. लेकिन on the other side when you compare with that white Americans and black Americans, in that case here distant hill means foreign countries, foreign, out of India, out of America, distant, the foreign, the other countries also are hearing or knowing or making aware of the situation of the black Americans, but they are not doing anything. For the cage bird sings for freedom. For what the cage bird sings for freedom. Okay, next. The free bird thinks of another bridge. Here another bridge means another freedom. So it is flying there, so now it will go on the other place. So it thinks of another. He selfless, selfish, we cannot selfishly thinks of his own freedom, not about others. And the trade winds soft through the sighing trees. मतलब क्या होना, the free bird को क्या है? For example, it is compared here as there is a tree, all right. So tree here compared can be made with the जैसे trade wind soft through the sighing trees. As you know, the tree is at permanent at one place, but the winds are blowing. So the tree will think that oh, wind blow कर रहा है, हवा बह रहा है, but I am at the one point. The trees are permanent, so it is thinking that the winds are blowing, but even though I am stronger, the trees are at the same point. And also it has one other meaning that the free bird are blowing through the trade winds and they are sighing, enjoying about the trees. They are going and sitting on the trees, moving with another breeze. They want freedom. And also what they want, the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. Fat worms मतलब what the bird क्या खाता है, worms, right? Fat worms, healthy food, they will get the food. So here caged bird, what the food, if you don't give the food to the caged bird, whether they will eat, How they will eat? No, they will not eat. Why? Because if you don't, they are dependent upon you. Simple, in the simple word we can say the cage bird are dependent, but the free birds are independent. So cage bird will eat what you will give in their cage to eat, but the free bird, the worms, the food are waiting for them. They can go independently, they can go from one place to another and have the food. This only is referred here. Next, now again we are coming for the caged bird. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. ग्रेव ऑफ ड्रीम्स मतलब कि अपना सपना ही उनका रह गया. नथिंग दे कैन गेट अचीव. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream to ten. They are crying, they are shouting on a nightmare. And also they have what frightening. They have the fear of getting freedom. Frightening freedom is referred as nightmare. So they have the fear that whether they will get freedom or not. डर है उन लोग में. They are fearfully shouting on a night scream. The wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. Wings are clipped, he cannot fly. Wing and feet are tied, so he cannot walk. So what the bird will do? Bird has to just no option other than he opens his throat to sing. बस अपने फ्रीडम को, आवाज को, to keep before the society, to keep in front of everyone, and they will know what the suffer or the trouble the caged bird has or the black Americans had. So, and here in this stanza, the grave of dreams, it means that the freedom remains as a dream for the caged bird. अब उन लोग का कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं बचा है. व्हाट दे कैन डू, दे बस सपना ही रह गया. ग्रेव, इट इज बिकमिंग द केज इज बिकमिंग ग्रेव. दे विल डाई इनसाइड द केज इटसेल्फ. they cannot, they never see the freedom, unknown freedom. So now the cage bird sings with a fearful trill of the things unknown. They don't know what is freedom. They have never achieved, never gained freedom, but long for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. So this is the poem of written by this stanza. The sixth stanza is the repetition of third stanza, so I have not focused more on this to explain again. So this is what the poem written by our author and the black American Maya Angelou. She had also suffered as she was unable to publish her poems or writings, etc. She has not got the freedom. During his age of 17 years, childhood only, she wrote this poem, I Know by the Cage Bird Sings. So finally we have completed our story, prose, and also now we have completed the poetry. So let us see once what you have to keep in your mind about this poem. That the free bird represents white Americans, caged bird represents black Americans. And here the comparison is made of freedom, and what is shown here is the racial discrimination. And two, three things you have to note it down, that distant hill means foreign country it is compared with, and narrow cage means that if they are slave, they do not have limited freedom they have. But the word but in the stanza begin that shows the poor conditions of the caged birds. So these are all the orange. The orange race means it represents the joy and happiness. Wings are clipped. Wings are clipped represents the slavery, enslavement, and his feet are tied. Feet are tied. So tied feet represents the freedom which they do not get. They are unable to move from one place to another. So these are all the main points to be noted while studying this poem. So from this we have completed I Know why the cage bird sings. Thank you from today, that much only.